shape, make sure your bat's in position, you throw it onto your wheel head. They're called these throwing pots, and that's where it comes from. You actually throw your clay onto your wheel head, it puts your clay stuff. Right, now I'm going to start centering this. The centering process is always the same, no matter what pot you're making, the centering is always the same. What I'll do, I'll bring this clay up into a column, and I'll get that part centred in my hands, and then I'll start to send it back down again. So the pressure will go on at the bottom, you'll see the clay start to grow. And every time I throw a pot, you'll see exactly the same thing. It's just very, very mechanical. So you start to squeeze. You've got to have quite a lot of upper body strength for this to work properly. I've seen people pushing at a pound of clay and really struggling to get it to the centre. You've really got to get into it. So you bring the clay up into a column, back down towards the centre. You do this a couple of 3 times. Not only does this help with the centering process, but it also conditions your clay. Gets all the clay particles running in the right sort of direction, so that when you come to throw your pot, you don't get cracks in the bottom of your pot. You've got to be careful with cracks in the bottom of your pot. I will be asking people if they want to go this later, by the way. Anybody wants to try? So now I'm going to centre this. So that piece of clay you see is obviously off centre. The way I centre this is I use this arm like a ram and get it as sort of solid and as steady as I can. And I actually push it into the side of the pot. This hand takes care of the top part of the pot, and I'm creating a little mould inside my hands, and I'll push and I'll pop it into the centre, and that clay centre. Then so I start to hook them fingers and just pull them to one side, and I create the centre of the pot. Just open the centre of the pot up. I always go in there so you compact it, making sure that bottom's well compressed so it doesn't crack. And you give it a wipe with this. Is everybody seeing what I'm moving on? Right, now you start to work on the pot. When you pull in the sides of the pot up, what you need to do, you make a gap between these 2 fingers, little finger, so your index finger and your thumb, that acts like an extruder. So you say, right, I want my pot to be that thick, and you've got to keep your fingers at that gap all the way up from the bottom to the top of the pot. If you let your fingers wave at all, you lose the clay, and it just goes off centre. If you bring it up too fast, you lose it. If you bring it up too slow, you lose it. So you just got to bring it up just the right speed. So this is going to be straight sided, this pot. So at this stage you've got to decide whether you want to rim on it or not. So if you do want to rim, you put it in at this stage. So you take the top part of the clay and you put a little rim on it. You can sometimes hear them pop. On this occasion you can. Same thing. It's ridiculous. You see in the shed I don't have people to talk to, so I just leave the glasses on all the time.
Crikey. They're coming through.
Right. Bring this up, same as last time. I'm making these 2 tall for a reason. I don't know why they should be quite as tall as this. We'll see how we get on. Right, so this one will just, like the last one, drew that way, this will just roll that way. You've got to be very careful with the pressure that you put on these things because they can fight back sometimes. Who would plant in a pot like this? Any compact it off. So this one's going to come up. I'm going to make this one maybe this big, maybe a little bit bigger. Now these are the ones we've got to remember to bring. The tall ones, tall. Always work to the column. This is where the ribs really come into their own. These are great for throwing pots, but anything but straight. You get one of these up against the side of the pot, you can really straighten off the side of the pot.
Do you put the feet on them when they're partially dried out?
When the leather are, yeah, that's spinning. The feet I use are all extruded. I've got like a clay gun, so with a die in it. So I extrude the lengths that I need and then attach it. There's some others. So I changed them after that. I started to refine them. So I'm not looking at it, they're all part and parcel of the pot, you see. And they've got to be as nice as the rest of the pot. And you've got to take care, but that's suddenly done. You've got to be part of the pot. Again, this is working on traditional lines. Japanese pots. Pull this down. Pull it down, pull it down, pull it down, pull it down. Into a bowl shape. I tend not to mess with bowls. I don't put many marks on them or anything. I think they've got a lovely natural flowing shape. They speak for themselves, really. So on this one, I'm just going to get a bit more carried away on this. Again, exactly the same thing, works the centre, technique there. And I like using this piece. What I do with this, I use this to comb the surface. And I clean every really nice instead of straight lines like that, but really what I like doing is mashing up the surface completely.
You let your imagination run wild, really, can't you?
Absolutely.
You can answer it later. It's the best that was just happening on time.
You'll get stuck.
So what I'll do on that,
Yeah.
just work on the outside a little bit.
What do you get for Christmas?
Evening class now, that's it.
So you teach this somewhere in Sheffield, do you?
I work in Rotherham. I work in a OT department in Rotherham. So I teach this to people who've got special needs. Sort of.
You used to do like
I
just
did-
general night classes.
Yeah,
and
I
stuff,
used to
didn't
teach
you?
this at the local college, but I prefer doing what I do now. I need you to appreciate it. So I've really messed that surface up. So combed it a little bit, so you get a different texture between that really nice smooth bit and this sort of rougher texture, but you get a different contrast to it like from else. And you've got to dry it. Stretching this and just pulling it out. you see the cracks are already open, but you get a different sort of crack on the comb surfaces. I'm just going to wet it then. This you just work and work and work and work until you get size and shape you want. And this one will look completely different to the last one, apart from the inside because I didn't finish the base on this. You get the effect there. Really, really nice combed effect on it. And again, the cracks open up. Beautiful. Number two. See, completely different effect. Really, really nice. And little bits where it's sort of sweeps around there. I just love the way they work against each other. That's very good.
Did
You
you
want me to
intend
get all
to-
that?
Now this is the more difficult of the decorations, this room. For some reason today I'm making the pots too tall. I don't know why. I prefer that to be about that size and flat here and make it that size. That's better. Right, so for this one I'm going to use this little bit. Oh, this is just a cheese slice, like a little cheese plate. I'm going to use that to cut some clay off the surface of the pot. And if any of these are going to go wrong, it's this one. Yeah? Alison was saying what you need to do is do wrong with one of them. It's more amusing and integrated. There you go. So this might be the one that goes wrong. So you take this little tool and you start at the side and you actually cut some clay away like this. Off. These are supposed to fly off, these things. As you push on the wheel, you're supposed to say, yeah, I'll let go, but they never bloody do. You know what I said about if anyone's going to go wrong, to look at this one. This clay is really sticky. At the moment it looks like a mess. It might look like a mess when I finish, but at least I tried.
You don't make cakes as well, do you, Tony?
Just be known. Bread.
Well, your family get pots for Christmas.
They used to do. I bought them, I'm going to leave one. I just leave them there. I don't bother trying to get them off. Bad ones will come off, but the others, I just leave them. They just add to the overall texture of the pot. I don't really mind about it. And as I say, at the moment it looks a mess. But we'll see. And then you paint it. These are actually my favourite.
Have you got any of them?
From they do look a mess when you're making them, but once they're finished, you know, they do look nice. Would you like to pass this on?
You just don't want me to relax. do you?
Absolutely not, no. Other people might not like
It's
that.
subtle, that one. It's not very,
It's
not
not,
very
I think that's
exaggerated
what I like. I
facets
like the
though.
softness.